Hey there, TigerShark here again with Okano. To celebrate hitting 500 subscribers, I'm doing another game giveaway. Although at the time that I'm recording this, I actually just hit 700. Either way, for this week I played a game called Forgotten Anne. It's a bit more high profile than the ones I normally play for this channel, but it's been on my wishlist for a long time and I finally got it on sale for like $2. So I'll do the game giveaway the same way I did last time. At a random point during the video, I'll give you a keyword. The first person to comment the keyword wins. That being said, on to the review.
Another one just arrived!
A nobleman convinces himself that he's a knight. A young woman realizes the condescending shackles of her relationship and has to decide whether to stay or leave. Through curiosity and skill, a scientist creates not a dream, but a nightmare. A young upper-class man finds inner peace by rejecting desire. Strategy regarding control of people by playing them against each other. A man is seduced by a dream that destroys him. A young king fails to see the repulsive truth that stares him in the face. A boy refuses to grow up and leave his fantasy world. These are all single-sentence descriptions of various stories, such as Frankenstein, Peter Pan, and Faust. You can find them at the end of the game in the library. Each one is also an apt description for many of the characters in the game. Through this silly concept of the forgotten things coming to life and creating their own society, we have complex themes of characters with different motivations and personalities. And questions such as, what does it really mean to be alive, and what is the purpose in all this? If a sock has emotions and feelings and a voice and memories, is the sock alive? I'm not here to debate that, I'll leave that up to you. That was one of my favorite intro cutscenes of all time. The juxtaposition of the serious and high-quality animation style and story combined with the silliness of the screaming sock and the various living objects, it really sets the tone for the rest of the game perfectly. You play as Anne, a girl who lives among the Forgotlings, which are all the objects that humans forget about or lose. Forgotlings come to life and are all filled with a power source called anima. Anne has a device called the Arca, which allows her to control anima, either powering machines with it, or distilling Forgotlings.
Don't come any closer!
You leave me no choice!
At its simplest, the game is a platformer. There are a lot of jumping sections and puzzles based on using the Arca to transfer limited amounts of anima between machines. Plus, Anne has her mechanical wings that allow her to jump really high or far if her Arca is charged. But the game really is more of a story experience than anything. Anne was raised by Master Bonku, the only other human here. His goal is to create a device that can transport him and Anne back to the human world, what they call the Ether. Anne works as Bonku's feared enforcer known for distilling Forgotlings. There is a group of Forgotling rebels that are trying to stop the construction of Bonku's Ether Bridge for an unknown reason. Throughout Anne's journey, you will come across many characters, both rebels and non-rebels. You will have the choice to distill characters at various points, and this will affect how others react to you. As far as I know, your choices don't affect the ending. At the end of the game, you will be faced with a choice, and there will be consequences for your actions throughout the game, but the ending is your choice. I did stop recording at a certain point, by the way, so my footage doesn't contain spoilers. The story is left a bit ambiguous on purpose, I believe. You're allowed to decide who you think was in the right in the whole situation. From a certain perspective, everyone is the good guy and everyone is the bad guy. It's up to you and your own personal beliefs to decide. Are the Forgotlings really alive, or are they just objects with perceived sentience? Are they worth fighting and even dying for? I'm interrupting myself right here to tell you the keyword for the game giveaway is Alaska. The first person to comment Alaska wins, and I'll buy you a copy of Forgotten Anne. I played the version from GOG.com, but it is available on Steam as well. If you want the GOG version, I'll need your email to send it to you, and if you want the Steam version, I'll need to add you on Steam using your friend code, found by going to your profile, then friends, then clicking add a friend. Obviously, if you're uncomfortable sharing this information online, then we can find a different way to get it to you, or I can just delete your info from the comments as soon as I have it. Anyway, good luck, and back to the review. As far as the story goes, I did pretty much guess the entire plot from the start. That doesn't make it less compelling, it just means I'm really good at predicting plot twists. Sort of a Deus Ex Machina, it's pretty hard for me not to figure out the ending of a story. Not that it doesn't happen, but you know. Anyway, in a story like this, it's more so the characters and how they react to each other and events that makes me enjoy it. Every character has clear motivations, and they were all compelling to me personally. A lot of it has to do with the voice acting, in my opinion. The voices of Anne, Bulb, Fig, and Bonku in particular I thought were absolutely fantastic. The emotion that they can put into their performances is what really sells the character for me. And honorable mention to Deputy Amp and Inspector Magnum for his being hilarious.
Give me a status report right now. I don't have time for your gushing admiration. Every moment we waste, the rebels get further away.
You think I'm wasting your time? You're right, of course, Madam Enforcer. We'd better waste rebels instead of time. Let me tell you what happened.
It took me just short of 8 hours to complete the game, and honestly I can't decide if that's a good thing or not. Here's where I start to dip into the territory of negative reactions to the game. There were some parts that I thought maybe went on a little bit too long, and in particular there is a scene maybe 3/4 of the way through where Anne basically goes to exposition land, and a mysterious entity just dumps explanations for stuff on her. Almost like the dev couldn't figure out how to give this info to the player in an organic way, so they just had a disembodied voice explain everything. Very convenient, I suppose, but it broke my immersion somewhat. In terms of actual gameplay, there were some issues. Mostly it was fine, but there were 2 puzzles I seemingly got soft-locked on. If you don't do the solution just right, you can lock yourself from progressing and have to reload, and in 1 or 2 of the puzzles, figuring out what even needed doing was harder than the actual puzzle. There was one part near the end where Anne rides a boat for a really long time. Like, I legitimately wasn't sure if the game had glitched and was stuck on a looping animation or something. That threw me off and was really unnecessary. And one last note that I didn't fit in earlier, the animation in general is really good. The cutscenes are phenomenal, and the animations throughout the game, from Anne's jumping animation to Inspector Magnum's walking animation where his magazine pops out to propel him forward, it's all really fun. I like the little details, like when Anne sits, she smooths her skirt underneath her. Anyway, I think the game was overall incredible, but there were a couple little gameplay issues that soured the experience for me a bit. I highly recommend this one. I look forward to the comments. Good luck, and may the fastest typer win. So, that's all for this one, and as always, I hope you have a spectacular day.
My fellow Forgotlings, we've finally caught her! The one who steals away our friends, abducts our families, and suppresses innocent Forgotlings! I give you the Enforcer!
What in the realm are you doing, Bob? What do you think this is? A witch hunt?
The Enforcer is on trial for her multitude of crimes against Forgotlings.
I have other channels and projects that I would love for you to check out. I have a second channel called Drawing with TigerShark where I have a variety of drawing content. I have an EP on Spotify called 5,555 Miles as my one-man band called Power Mouse. And finally, I have a clothing brand called Studio Duck Apparel featuring original artwork that I create myself. The links to these things will all be in the description.